Recently, Elon Musk gave a talk detailing the government attacks on his companies since he came out as pro-free speech and especially since he came out as pro-Donald Trump. These include endless made-up environmental rules, including a study to see if falling rockets hit sharks. It includes curbs on SpaceX launches specifically because Elon tweets pro-Trump things. And it includes a $600,000 fine for spilling drinking water in a desert. Not a joke. Attacking dissident companies, of course, is a hallmark of authoritarian regimes. As Mussolini put it, quote, everything within the state, nothing outside the state, nothing against the state. For a true authoritarian, no citizen is allowed to dissent, and certainly no company, which are sitting ducks. Of course, in theory, this sort of thing does not happen in America. In theory, we jail bureaucrats who conduct Mussolini-style lawfare. Alas, it has been going on ever since the progressives imposed the administrative state about 100 years ago, saddling now every industry in America with a regime big brother, a library worth of regulations, mandates, licensing boards, a bureaucratic army that, like everything government does, is thoroughly corrupt. Still, before Donald Trump, there was some independence. CEOs could still criticize regime shibboleths like mandatory racism or affirmative action, or transvestites in locker rooms if anybody had been dumb enough to propose that in 2015. Sadly, that all changed as the authoritarian Borg went to war with Trump, culminating in the reign of terror during COVID that snuffed out the slightest hint of disloyalty with an enthusiasm that would make North Korea blush. We saw it in living color during the 2020 BLM riots. Now, historically, about 70% of Fortune 500 CEOs vote Republican, meaning that statistically, at least 70% of them were probably horrified by BLM's orgy of city burning and murder. And yet not one Fortune 500 CEO spoke up. Now, you might say that's because most are spineless cowards, and that is true, but look at it from their perspective. You're entrusted with tens of thousands of employees, and if you speak up, rioters will come beat them up, burn their workplace, and put them out of a job and your shareholders out of a retirement account. You could, like Elon, be targeted by hundreds of regulators, even prosecutors in blue cities, hunting with a fine-tooth comb for some way, any excuse to destroy the entire company. For a CEO with a legal duty to protect the company and a moral duty to protect employees, it is simply too risky. So they shut up. To be sure, many indulged, enthusiastically jumping on the institutionalized racism of DEI or cutting checks to the very rioters burning cities. In fact, BLM cashed more than $50 billion in corporate donations, not since Genghis Khan has burning a city been quite so profitable. But others never drank the Kool-Aid. They may have opposed the left with every fiber of their being, but they were held hostage by rioters, prosecutors, regulators, even financiers like BlackRock. So what's next? Brought to you by Unchained.com. The solution is very simple. Get rid of the administrative state. Lay off the 100,000 little Mussolinis populating every regulatory agency from the EPA to the CDC to the SEC. The Supreme Court laid the groundwork earlier this year with its Loper-Bright decision clipping bureaucrats' wings, and Elon himself has been floated for a blue ribbon panel slashing government waste and corruption. The final step is Congress sitting down and actually defunding these agencies. Zero them out, return the money to the people, return the bureaucrats to jobs that don't involve extortion, and let Americans get back to exercising our fundamental rights without being destroyed. Okay, we'll be watching. See you next time.